100.
Welcome to Keep It 100 Oklahoma High School Sports on this Tuesday, rainy Tuesday. State championships are in the books besides one class, and that's who?
2A.
2A.
2A, Class A, B, C, I think.
I don't know about them, but I will tell you this, though. State champions in the books. There were some great games. We all got a chance to go out to Friday afternoon game and catch the Stillwater Pioneers versus the Choctaw Yellow Jackets. As you can see, if you lose, you got to go. There's only one helmet left on the table, and that's them Carl Albert Titans. They find a way to do it every year, year in and year out. They take a year off and say, hey, we're going to let you get one. Then we're going to come back and claim the next 3 to 4. But, folks, Jonah, Big E, how y'all doing today?
Doing good. Doing good. Doing good.
That's good to see. I know Christmas right around the corner. My tree's still not up. My wife, HR Jessica, I asked somebody the other day, and I'm going to keep it 100. Is there any way you can put your wife in the transfer portal?
Oh, wow.
I'm just asking because my tree ain't up.
Put it up.
Man, I don't mess with that tree.
I'll put my tree up.
You like those things. I like cutting the yard.
I like cutting my yard, too.
I know you got a nice yard. We had to prepare yards one day. But, fellas, let's get into this. Before we get into this, though, man, there's a lot going on because, you know, you got Dion. He's going to be the new head coach over at the Colorado. And, you know, what does Dion always say?
Get my darn theme music.
What? He said what?
My theme music.
Where we at?
Right.
Yeah! And that's what Stillwater said. And that's what Carl Albert said. Bring it. And that's what I'm talking about, folks. We bringing it. We bring it all different ways. But like I said, before we get into this high school, we're going to talk a little bit of college. Because I'm telling you right now, you just heard me talk about the transfer portal, right?
Yep.
Everybody, their mama's in it.
It is a lot.
There's a lot in there.
I mean, hey, you don't like a school, you say, man, guess what? I'm going to transfer portal. You just jump in. Is the transfer portal like a pool? Everybody just kind of jump in and they all sitting there waiting for somebody to plug them out?
They need to bring that rule back.
We got to do something.
Where you can sit out. You have to sit out a year.
Thank you. Or sit out at least 5 or 6 games. Something. You can't just say, man, you know what? I'm going to play a half a year at Oklahoma State and I'm just going to leave. Everybody at Oklahoma State, I don't know what Gundy did. I don't know if he got a garage sale, fire sale going on up there. But everybody leaving up there at Oklahoma State. Gundy, I know your boy just won a state championship. And I know you fired up, you're happy, you ain't cut your mullet. But you better get that stuff under control up there. You got too many guys leaving at one time. You got your quarterback leaving. You got your star tailback leaving. The Preston kid hasn't played half a season, and he leaving. I mean, what's going on, Big E? You and Jonah's a guru of college football. What's going on?
I don't know. I think this season is kind of disappointing for them. I think, you know, there's a lot of hype.
Offensive coordinator as well. Yeah,
the offensive coordinator, he ain't doing a whole lot, and I think a lot of it has to do with NIL. You know, Coach Gundy is a little bit old school. He doesn't really believe he's not really bought into all that NIL stuff, and all these kids are like, I can go make some money elsewhere.
I don't think that's all because I don't think Presley's gonna make that much money. Dominic Richardson, I don't think he's gonna make that much money.
He's leaving.
He's leaving. I mean, and you know the
Trace
thing about
Trace
Ford. I mean,
Mason Cobb.
Damn.
You know,
all of them. All of them.
That's what I'm saying. That's too many kids at one school.
Yeah.
I understand A&M things in buying out. I understand Colorado because Dion came in. What did Dion tell him? What?
He said, I'm bringing my own luggage, and it's Louis.
And it's Louis. I'm coming. You might be here today. When I get back, you ain't going to be sitting in here. And they ain't had that many kids sitting in there. I'm thinking, damn, Dion, you going to get rid of the whole team?
Yeah, like 20.
Well, he's going to bring his whole Jackson State squad with him.
I don't think it's all of them. I think it's probably about 5 to 6.
Nah, he's bringing
he's bringing his sons. He's bringing Travis.
The quarterback, the DB? Yeah.
Maybe that tailback and the linebacker, but I think that linebacker's a senior.
But, I mean, he already got more 5-star recruits in the last,
2 days.
2 days. Guys like, hey, I'm out. I'm going to Colorado. Buff's going to be back.
Yeah.
Buff ain't been good since the Big 8 days.
That's right.
No, it was the Big 12. What's his name then? The black quarterback.
Clatt?
No, the black quarterback.
Didn't Calvin Johnson play for the Buffalo?
Calvin Stewart.
You talking about Megatron?
No, I thought who the Megatron?
They played for Georgia Tech.
Oh yeah, Georgia Tech. You are Cordell Stewart.
Stewart.
Yeah. Was that Big 8? That might have been Big 8 day. I don't know.
It may have been. I don't know.
It's been. I mean, they ain't had a winning season in a long time. But I'm telling you, I think it's a good fit for Dion. Didn't know he liked the cold weather, but I tell you, I think he's gonna get some things turned around. It's good for people to see because Deion's gonna let you see what's going on. He always got the camera on. He loves. That's why he's called prime time because he loves the fame light. He loves that camera to be on him at all time. I know people's kind of hating on him for leaving Jackson State, but man, I don't know why you're gonna hate on him, man. You knew he wasn't gonna stay there alone.
Right,
Yeah, he came and did his thing. He helped the HBC, get himself back up there, gets back on the map. And people got to realize at the end of the day, college football is all gonna change. It's gonna be. There ain't gonna be no small divisions no more because there's no money in it. They're not making no money in it, so you're gonna have everybody in the Power Fives because that's where the money's at. That's where people's going, and that's where these kids want to go. So these small schools like Abilene Christian and Sam Houston State, they're gonna get knocked out of the box and they'll drop down to the Division twos. So your Division twos will get even stronger. And then that's why everybody's trying to go. That's like I said, your Division twos will get stronger, and then your NIAs will probably be your more of your old Division twos. So I think it's all gonna pan out. But like I said, at the end of the day, it's all about the money. But at the end of the day, when you got 15 kids leaving one school, you gotta ask what's going on there. I called one of my buddies today, Andre Johnson, and he's like, man, I don't know. Especially like a guy like Dominic Richardson. That was a young man that TCU gave him a scholarship, right, and then they took it from him. And so, why would you get in the transfer portal? Because Oklahoma State was the only school that really came after you. It's so funny to see all these kids.
Did he have that much film?
Who?
Dominic.
Went from high school?
Son.
From college.
Everybody know who he is. Ain't like he's somebody they don't know. You saw the Goodlow kid, that used to play at Dell City. Yep. We played against him in his young days as little Bombers. He leaving Tulsa. Everybody jumped on him. Oklahoma State is on him big time. And it's funny because I think him and Trace Forrest kind of the same kid. Would you not say, E?
I don't know.
You don't think?
I haven't watched a lot of both of their films.
Just say I don't know. I didn't see
it. That's what I said. I don't know.
He said, I don't know.
Get him, E.
Get him, Big E.
I ain't gonna speak on something I don't know. I don't want to misquote, make myself sound stupid.
Oh man, you know what? That's part of the game, man. Everybody, it's part of the game. We all make mistakes, Big E. We all make mistakes. Well, let's talk about the top four college teams that did make it to the national championship game or the playoff game. You're looking at Georgia number one, playing against them. I think Michigan will get beat by TCU.
I think so.
I think so.
I think it's a possibility.
I just think. Michigan is.
You 0-18.
Who?
So you're 0-18 though.
No, I really do think. That TCU. K-State's a tough team. When it comes Big 12 championship, right, K-State will knock you off. They done it to OU. They done it many times to other teams. I don't think TCU. And once again, what's our favorite line? It's hard to go undefeated. And Stillwater says, "Shut up, boy. That ain't true because we did it." But no, I really think TCU will knock off Michigan. Then you got Georgia playing against Ohio State, and I think, I think Ohio State's gonna give Georgia. I don't think Georgia's really that good.
You don't think so?
I don't. I just don't, man. I just think they find a way to win. And they won it last year, but I think Ohio State got knocked off. I think you're going to see Ohio State playing TCU for the national championship.
No, I don't think.
No, Ohio State's not. No, Georgia's
too strong.
Get out of here with that.
Georgia's gonna be a beatdown.
No, right. It's not.
It's gonna be a beatdown. It's gonna be a beatdown.
Kind of like Bigsby did to Owasso.
Yes, okay. Exactly like that.
Kind of like that. Yeah.
Like it ain't even gonna be close. Ohio State.
Bigsby putting up basketball scores.
Yeah.
No,
man.
That was at Heritage Hall versus Metro Christian.
Yeah.
That's ridiculous.
Where's that quarterback going? Metro Christian's quarterback.
I don't know.
I'm not sure. Yeah.
But you're looking at 75 to 50, 72 to 56. Man, that ain't no football score, man. It kept you on your toes. Everybody was screaming and yelling, but both defenses coordinator hope they was let go on Monday.
They both fine.
hope they both got let go on Monday because you ain't stopping nobody. Even if you was trying to play a basketball game, you ain't stopping nobody on that. 72 to 56.
That's a lot of points.
That's a lot of points, man. A lot of points. What do you think about your Sooners, Big E? Your running back. He says, "Hey, I'm not
going to the NFL.
He's going to the NFL, and he deserves to go to the NFL.
He should. He was probably the most valuable player on the Sooners this past year. Among him and Braden Willis, I think those two guys are most valuable to the team. Theo Weiss,
he's horrible.
I don't think he's bad.
Theo Weiss?
Yeah.
He's not bad. He's got good size. He runs good routes and everything.
Why is he leaving
just
then?
wasn't.
Because he's not getting on the field.
Because he's hurt.
Yeah, he does have some injuries.
I mean, you can't say he's not getting on the field when the guy's healthy. They put him in the game. I do not think Venable's going to say, you know what,
and then
man,
when he's healthy and you get puts in the game, he gets 2 touchdowns and like over 100 yards, I believe.
Or he drops them.
I think he wanted to leave. He's probably going to go to Ole Miss.
Ole Miss? Or USC?
No, I think he wanted to go to Ole Miss before.
I mean, how many years he got left? 2 years?
He entered the transfer portal last year,
right.
and then withdrew. Played at OU for this year, and then now he's back in there. I don't know where he'll end up. I think he's a former 5-star. He's got good size. He has some good film. I think he'll be able to stay in the Power 5 for sure. He'll probably get picked up by a pretty decent team. So
why do you think Trace Ford is leaving? I don't get that.
I don't know. I don't know what's going up there in Stillwater.
Let's
really
make a phone call.
Let's make a phone call. Call up your man, Mike Gundy.
Man, that dude ain't about to answer the phone, man.
He might?
Nah, he ain't good. He ain't gonna answer the phone for me. I mean, I tried to say what's up to him the other day, man. He big league me. Gundy, when you watch this, you big league me. You know what? But his son probably need to give me one of those cigars he was smoking, though.
He's flexing on it. He had the trophy in his lap, huh?
Yeah.
Had that Joe Burrow moment right there.
Joe Burrow. They took it down real quick, but guess what? Keep it 100, got it.
Yeah.
Why they take it down?
Because you got an underage kid with a cigar in his mouth.
Come on, man.
Man, his daddy gave him consent. He can do what he wants.
He can do it. So when you live up there in a big old ranch mansion, you can do the hell you want, huh?
The hell you want.
Yeah, but that's why he lost 15 kids.
15 what?
15 players.
Because he was doing what the hell he wanted to do.
Do the hell you want. He said, what do you think about the transfer portal, Gundy? Oh, I don't care. You gonna care now. Because you ain't got a quarterback on campus.
He'll find one.
Yeah, so let's talk about some of these bowl matchups.
Talk to me, Biggie.
Let's see. So we got OU. I know they're playing in the Cheez-It Bowl against Florida State. That's a
what is the Cheez-It Bowl?
That's a terrible matchup for OU. Right. Florida State's a really good team.
Right.
I don't know. I think we're going to see a lot of OU's younger guys out on the field that day with all the guys that have entered the transfer portal or declared for the draft and whatnot. So you're going to see
the draft guys. The portal guys didn't play.
Yeah, right. So
is that what a champion looks like when you win?
What's that? I guess so. Oh man, yeah. But
he grabbed my balls.
Well, we gotta say that. That's coming.
But so yeah, you got OU and Florida State in the Cheez-It Bowl, and really the Cheez-It Bowl. It's not a terrible bowl. It's not. It's probably one of the better bowls. That's not a New Year's Six.
To be sixth.
Man, they're gonna get beat down.
To be I'm not too high on OU in that matchup.
Because Florida State's a team that could be easily undefeated, though. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I mean, they got a lot of talent, but and OU got
that
guys
quarterback is good too.
You know, it's like the kid from Westmore. You know, he entered the transfer portal. Bray Walker.
Yeah. Oh, he wasn't gonna get any game.
No, but I'm saying, man, you should have done that 3 years ago.
We should have done it last year.
Yeah, you know,
but they talked him into it.
Yeah. I'm with you on that, Jonah. I really think you should
have to sit out of here.
Yes, I mean, miss at least 6 games.
You got what's his name? Daniels. This is his fourth.
So he went from
USC, Georgia to West Virginia.
Now he's back in there. Probably gonna go. Who knows where that guy's gonna end up? But anyways, and then you got OSU and Wisconsin in the Guaranteed Rate Bowl, which is probably the bowl that OU should have gone to.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
but I really think
Wisconsin just lost their their coach, right?
Yeah.
Well, they got a new coach.
No, they got a new coach. They got that guy from Cincinnati, so I think they'll be pretty good. In the upcoming years, you know, I think the way these bowls work is, you know, the whoever sponsors them and whoever does all that, they kind of have their
they get to pick
who they want, and then OU being the bigger brand, Cheez-It was like, oh, we'll take OU. Their fans are going to travel.
What day is that game on?
It's on December 29th.
Okay.
On a Thursday night. Yeah. So
that's not bad, you know. Yeah. I mean, we knew they was gonna get a New Year's Day bowl. I mean, being 6-6. You know, hopefully
I'm surprised we got this bowl. I mean, I really am. Like the Cheez-It Bowl is not a terrible bowl.
I just hope they don't go 6-7 though. You know, you know what I'm saying. Let's don't go another way.
It'd be like the first losing season that OU's had in a while.
6-7.
They're gonna go 6-7.
Yeah, I mean, it's gonna take a lot to beat Florida State.
You think OSU got a chance to beat Wisconsin? I think that's gonna be an interesting game.
Their quarterback.
Who?
They won't have a quarterback.
That's what I'm saying. I mean, who you start?
With all those people that are in the portal, I don't see them winning that game.
No.
I mean, that's all of their playmakers on both sides of the ball, minus
I'm
Kendall
really
Daniels.
I'm really shocked about Trace Ford. I mean, just really shocked about him. I mean,
something must have happened.
I know you brought Oliver.
There must have been a meeting. There had to have been something that that's not going to reach the outside people.
Hey, guess what? Keep it 100. We'll find out.
I'll be up to you, Tony.
Give me a
you go
week.
do your investigative work.
Give me a week, Biggie. Next time we drop, I'll be like, boom! Breaking news. Trace Ford is leaving Oklahoma State because what? His barber left.
But yeah, that's all for the bowl games that we're gonna highlight. I don't know if Tulsa made it to one. They did just hire a new head coach though.
Tulsa didn't make it to a bowl game either.
Yeah, I think
their bowl game was the last game they won. The coach was dancing, then he got fired right after that dance. So he danced his way out of the locker room. Yeah. Well, let's jump into this high school sports, baby. Let's get it going. As you had 6A Big jumped off last Friday night, you had Owasso taking on Bigsby, and everybody thought Owasso had a chance to do something because they knocked off probably. To me, I thought the best team in 6A Big was Union in 6 overtimes, but I guess they left everything in that 6 overtime because Bigsby said, "We are for real. We can throw the ball, Jonah Lewis.
I didn't say
we can cover." And as they put up a show,
that's because they played a team that couldn't throw the ball. It's a running quarterback.
They won 69-6. Connor Kirby. He started the game off, hitting, the big man that's going to Arkansas. Dalen, was it how you pronounce his last name? Big E.
Dylan Has.
Yeah.
Luke. Luke Has is the one that's committed to Arkansas.
They both going to Arkansas.
Oh yeah, that's right.
They're both going to Arkansas. Yeah. One's tight end. I guess they both played both sides of the ball. So the Has brothers, they finished their career off, with 4 rings at Bigsby. Bigsby had a total of 518 offense, held Owasso to 175. The quarterback went for 16 for 25 for 205 yards, 4 TDs, passing and 2 rushing. I know a couple weeks ago we kind of said that kid can't throw, but I guess he watched the show and wanted to prove us wrong.
What kind of passes was it?
They were kind of like those Tebows.
Yeah.
But he did hit a 65-yarder though.
Fade?
I mean, a little.
Right.
Right.
But
hey,
he got the job done.
He got the job done. He said, "I got a ring. You only got 2. He got 4."
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So that's what happens. But you know what? I'm at this point, man. I think Bigsby should start playing teams like IMG.
I was just about to get into that.
Playing bigger
somebody
teams.
Somebody talked about that the other day. Bigsby went other places. I don't think.
I
saw a tweet that
Bishop Gorman,
Denton Geyer, which is the team that
what's the name played for the quarterback?
Yeah, the Jackson Arnold and Peyton Bowen. I mean, one of the top teams in Texas. I saw a tweet that was like,
"You got to go play. I mean, your first 3 games, you got to go play. You got to go travel.
They go put them on the map. I mean, they're already kind of on the map, but
I don't know what they got coming back because you lose a lot, man. A lot of these kids have been 2 or 3 year starters, 4 year starters. And each year, I mean, number 13, I know he used to be the quarterback over at Hisdale. They come bring him over here. One of the Tulsa teams, I think it was Hisdale. I was listening to the radio talk about him the other day. That's the announcer was talking about he was a quarterback over at Hisdale, I think. And then he comes over here and he plays receiver for Bigsby. To me, I thought he was their primary player, but I mean, they kind of had him on reverses and stuff like that.
Right.
I think that guy could have been another Presley. They got him the ball more, but they got him the ball, but not like. They got the other guys the ball, but they had a guy just had a preferred walk on at OU. Bigsby did.
I saw that. I don't remember the kid's name, but
I think it was Sanders. But it just tells you right there what they're doing. Montgomery's a great coach, man. He's probably the best coach in high school football in the state of Oklahoma. There's no hands down. Anybody can argue with me. I know Coach Chris Cole. I know he watches the show, and he always gives me a hard time and sending me stuff about, we can't pass, and he's a secondary coach. But Cole, congratulations on you winning another state championship, man. It takes dedication and your team being, poised and getting the job done because as we get into 6A small, we'll talk about those 2 quarterbacks that went head-to-head, Gundy and still Wassel, Gundy. Calm and poised, man.
The whole team the whole Stillwater team looked calm and poised. That's the one thing that I noticed when those teams were walking out on the field.
Yeah.
And Stillwater, they didn't make it a show. They just came out there. It was all business.
No red carpets.
Yeah, it was all business. you know.
Man, I'm gonna be honest with you, man. You know, and we both played at Midwest City when it was good, when the good was good, and that's the difference why this team is where they're at.
Right.
You know, winning gold balls. Go play ball.
Right.
I mean, I'm just gonna keep it 100, man. I'm not hating on nobody. People get mad, don't watch the show. Man, just go play ball.
Right. You know, even me.
Time for theatrics.
Being a Choctaw alum, you know, I mean, you got to act like you've been there before because you have. You know, you have. You made it there. You've been in contention for the past 4 years. You know, you got to act like you've been there. I mean, I get it. You know, those are probably. You know, the red carpet and the send-off, you know, those are things kids are going to remember, but I would much rather remember holding up the gold
I'm going to tell you, when Midwest City went and played, I think we rode a charter bus one time. We went and played Booker T and we got beat. You know,
I don't have a problem with the charter buses, man.
You do got to. I mean, you're going right down the street, brother.
If it's 2 hours, 3 hours, I get it. But you going right down the damn street. Get your ass on the bus and get prepared. Shut your ass. Yeah,
just keep
set your ass up. Shut up. Get focused. Yep. Y'all over here, fans driving off, police and all that. No.
Go play ball.
Go play some fucking football.
You didn't see Stillwater do none of that stuff. Even
I don't know if they did. I'm just saying.
I'm just saying, but when you came out and we sat down there, man, Stillwater was what?
Quiet. Composed.
Yeah. You know.
But one thing about Choctaw is that each year it's like the same thing. It's like they haven't learned anything. You got how many penalties? 11 penalties.
16 penalties.
Stillwater knew to go on 2 that you were going to go off sides, and they kept doing. He had like 4 in a row.
And then you don't take the young man out. You got to sit him out. I mean, you got to sit the guy down and let him know, hey man, come on, let's get in the head. Because I tell you
the same stuff you don't learn. You haven't learned from your mistakes, and you're just doing the same thing.
Oh, that's why
I think collectively, you know, Choctaw's defense, they did play well. You know,
defense played ball out. Number 9, man. Number 9 was. I mean, I got to give it to him playing that linebacker, man. He's a little bit thick kid. What's his name?
Easton. I forget his last name.
I think it's Mr. Brown's grandson or whatever. But hey, man, he came and smacked a couple kids a couple times. Yeah. I mean, defense did good. It's just like you said, the penalties though, man.
Yeah. And then plus, you know, turning the ball over 3-4 times in the red zone, you're in scoring contention, and then one time you're down at like the 1 or 2 yard line. You get penalties that back you all the way up to like the 25.
Why don't quarterbacks go under center anymore? It's like you're back
you
5
yards. You don't see it a whole lot. You don't see it hardly at all at the high school level. You barely see it at the college level. Really, the only time you see quarterbacks going under center now is in the NFL.
Big E.
I'm saying just for that play. Just
for that play.
You got you got first and goal, right?
Just get on the center.
You got first and goal. You got a guy, big R.J. Jackson is played in the backfield. There's been a tight end. Why not go heavy set like Carl Albert does, or even Dell City do it, you know, and go heavy. And here we are taking the ball and you're doing an option play with it, and luckily they recovered it. But you know the guy was too close when he pitched it off the option. It bounces, and like I said, now that puts you. Now you instead of you first and goal on the 1, now you're second and goal on the 10 and 11. So then you get another penalty, false start. So you had, I mean, you shot because I think if you score right there, you set the tone for the game, and it's like, hey, it's over. It's time to get busy. Now, Stillwater showed they couldn't really throw the ball. Yeah. I mean, they didn't. They couldn't throw the ball.
If we're being completely honest, Choctaw was the better team in that game. They just shot themselves in the foot too many times.
But you can't. But you talk about shoot yourself in the foot. But this is constantly happen though, man, all the time. I mean, you can't. I mean, that's the saying. I mean, I think Choctaw got a great coaching staff. If you look at some of these teams around you, you look at Carl Albert, they probably got 23 coaches, but you know they're all dialed in. We went to that practice eve. Everybody was dialed in, man. Yeah. I think Carl Albert. I mean, Choctaw got great coaches too. I think people's down there.
Accountability.
Yeah, but I just think, like you said, a young man jumps offside 3 times, he never gets taken out the game. You know, I mean, Juju takes the ball and he slams it down or whatever. I mean, why are we doing that, man? Just hey, you got a first down, move on. You know, those are things that I see as a father that's had 2 boys that played there, and also, you know, was very talented and got things done. Just go play ball. I mean, just, you know, hey, catch the ball and hand it back to the ref. Barry Sanders never spiked the ball and none of that stuff. Just go play ball. It's always
not about. I don't care about the emotion part. It's just this. That's not the problem.
It still causes the emotion problem. Cause you a 15-yard flag. Spiking the ball. Hand the ball to him.
I'm saying there's different types of emotion. Like
I mean, I understand
that part is stupid. But also, they don't have any depth. I mean, you got kids that are playing both ways, and
I think you got depth. I just think
he's not putting it on the field. You got to put them on the field. You can't. I mean, these
Stillwater did go offense. They had an
offense, a whole new defense. You got all those kids over there. to back up some games.
I do think Choctaw's defensive line controlled the line of scrimmage, though. I mean, even though that young
right
man,
for that big,
I mean,
Stillwater's line to be that big.
I mean, Nolan Robbins. I mean, he had 23 carries, 198 yards. But I didn't think he had a lot of breakaway speed. I thought
is that the little 23 for Stillwater?
Yeah, I think Latrell. I think he had over 100 some yards. He had 100 yards in the
first
first
half. And why did they get away from him?
I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah.
I tell you.
I mean, really thinking back to that game, Choctaw, without the turnovers and without the penalties, they should have ran away with this game by 3 touchdowns.
I thought it was a wrap.
Yeah, I mean, it's just
that happened. They got in Steele's head, and it was done after that. I mean, if you think about it, after the ball grab, he was so focused on that, it was done. He started flopping like he's playing soccer.
What soccer?
Because that's what soccer players do when they want.
Yeah, you ever watch the soccer game?
Basketball, they flop.
World Cup going on, watch you a soccer game.
Still was flopping like he was a fish. I'm like, dude, it's football. Get up.
Yeah, I mean, that was a big, I know we was kind of right there when it happened. You got to give it up to Gundy with the punt, though. The punt.
Yeah, that was a great punt.
And what did I tell you on that punt? I said something big's going to happen here, didn't I?
Oh, and he changed the field?
Yeah. Yeah.
So well, I mean, you remember how windy it was, though, with the wind being out.
I mean, he got it down to the 1 yard, 2 yard line, like I said, it was a great game. It was a great game. It was all. It kept you on your toes. I mean, but like I said, Choctaw should have got this one. I mean, they should have got the first one since I think it was
1960.
And then
Stillwater wins theirs first since 1967. Yeah,
67. So it tells you both teams, it's been right there, but it opened. Bigsby leave it open up the door for somebody else. I think, like I said, I think Stillwater, they had a great team. I mean, never cocky. And I didn't think Choctaw was very cocky. I didn't see a lot of trash talking. I thought they was well played. I just think some of the misfits, some of the things. Hey man, let's go play ball. Get on the bus and let's go, man. Now, I mean, that's put on some Def Leppard.
There were some questionable calls by the referees, but at the same time, you shouldn't have got yourself in those positions. What was that?
Def Leppard.
Yeah, he's just white snake.
White snake. Here we go. But like I said, both teams, like I said, it was a great game. It was a great game. I mean, at the end of the day, I think still he accounted, for 413 yards and a couple touchdowns. And the biggest thing that hurt him was the 3 interceptions in the red zone. I know the kid is competitive. I know it's gonna, live with him for the rest of his life, man. When you're that close and you don't win one, and from your freshman year all the way to your senior year, you've been this big hype. I remember, Robert Allen kind of talked about it. And on the
that's your mic, Tony, doing all that.
No, that's not my mic, man.
Yeah, it is.
That's Jonah's mic, dude.
Well, now that's
my mic.
But Robert Allen kind of talked about when Steele first came on the stage of coming to Choctaw as a ninth grader. I mean, he interviewed him, doing the that when we was down there scrimmaging. Yeah, no, it was doing the scrimmaging. We went down in the scrimmage, Coweta, at the Broken Arrow, and they were quick to grab Steele. And he said, Corbin told me about this kid when he was in ninth grade. I mean, the kid's had a lot of hype. He has a lot of hype behind him. He's done some good things, but in his Choctaw legacy, he's still gonna be as good as Hudson Woods or Thad Williams. I think Thad and him probably threw for about the same amount of yards. Probably Thad probably threw a little bit more touchdowns, but yes, he did get him to the state championship.
But I think Thad had better receivers though.
Yeah, you got to think Thad had Gabe, he had Chase.
No, I mean
Cade Sanford.
I mean, hey, you can't take nothing from that Jack Smith. That Jack Smith kid go hard.
Yeah, Jack
man.
Smith.
I'm not saying that.
No,
he's not
I'm
good.
telling you that kid go hard, man. I know
I'm not
people
saying that he's not good. I'm saying he had more receivers.
Yeah, you got to think like when my senior year when we had Chase and Gabe, Cade, Angel would play offense a little bit.
You talking about Angel? Angel ain't caught a ball in 3 days. No,
he used him on offense a little bit every now and then, but
no, you did.
He had a lot more weapons. I mean,
no, but Stills had some weapons too. You act like he didn't have Jack. I mean, Chase did hurt his knee, but he's had some pretty good. He had the kid that's playing up at UCO now. The basketball player.
Oh, Terrell.
Yeah, he's had some good receivers, so don't take it like he ain't had.
I'm not saying that. But I'm just saying, would you rather have the
Juju? I'm gonna tell you right now. I'll take Juju.
Listen, would you rather have the wide receiver core? If you're a quarterback, would you rather have the wide receiver core from this past year or from the year that I graduated?
I mean, you probably like the receiver
graduate.
that you have, but I don't like. But see, the deal with Thad and Still, Thad will throw the slant. He'll throw the out. Still never throws the slant. Everything's a deep ball
or a little pop thing.
Yeah.
And plus, it was a different offense that we ran back then.
No, but I'm just saying though. I mean, is
it the offense or he can't throw it?
I think he can throw it. The kid got a strong ass arm.
Then why aren't they opening?
I think I would have liked to see Steele play more in I forget his name. Stallard's offense. You know,
that'd have been good.
I think that would have been good. I think it. You know, but Stallard he couldn't turn down the offer to go coach at his former.
You know,
high school,
I'll tell you another thing too though. You know, we'll get off these guys real quick because I know they're gonna be like, man, you're on our back. But I'll tell you another thing is that I don't think they used Stover enough. I mean, they kept him in the tight end. They kept him in as a more of a because they knew that zombie was coming. You don't know where it's coming from, so he was kind of like the man.
I think you should have used that back more screens.
Yeah, I think he should have ran some screens. Didn't never see no screens, man. You know, we ran that middle screen back in the day. You know, with Gabe,
tight end screen,
tailback
screen.
There's a lot of things you could have done though, because I'm telling you right now, you had Stillwater. The deal is, and we talk about this all the time, you let the underdog stay in the game, it's going to come back and bite you because you had them on the ropes because you could have went up 14-0.
I mean, you scored first.
I think if they scored 14, the game's over.
Yeah, game's over because now they got to play because he couldn't really throw the ball. I mean, the first touchdown pass was even thrown by Gundy. It was thrown by, the backup quarterback, on a reverse pass, and I mean, people kind of challenged that play. Was it a touchdown? Did he cross the plane? What do you guys think on that?
I mean, after looking at the videos and the pictures that everybody got, I don't think he got
Brad said, don't be using my video.
But
he said, don't use my video.
He said, looks like you used my video.
Look like you used my video. Well, Prep Rib, I'm going to drop everything in your box because I keep it 100. Like I told the man, we don't make a dime. We give dimes out. Hey, you ain't got to subscribe to come on this show and watch it. We do it for free because it's all about the babies.
That's right. But yeah, like after watching that video, it definitely didn't. It looked like
close.
he didn't.
I tell you,
it really doesn't look. I
like,
saw a picture. There was a screenshot that somebody had taken, and that ball's out.
Right.
It was out. But I mean, but how do you call that? Because you don't.
It's a bang bang call. It's a bang bang call. And
I think the ref was hesitant to call it because I mean he didn't just go touchdown. He was kind of like.
He's like, I don't know. Yeah, what do I do?
What do I call?
And of course, at high school, you don't have instant replay in high school. You can't go back and watch that play again. And it was a bang bang call. I do like what Coach Porter said because everybody was talking about it on social media. I saw a tweet from Coach Porter. It's like there's nothing we can do about it now. Game's over. Congratulations to Stillwater. We got work to do moving forward. So
that's it.
I mean, it didn't change.
I don't think that changed the game. It decided the game up. But I mean, we kind of talked about that.
No, I mean, you got to think that does change the game. That's 7 points on the board because that ball was fumbled out of the end zone. that would have been a touchback. It would have been Choctaw's ball from the 20. So that does change the game.
But it's not going to take away 3 interceptions in the red zone.
No, but it takes 7 points off the board.
Right. It didn't take away 11 penalties.
I'm saying if they don't get 16. That play, I don't see
16 penalties.
Yeah,
he didn't take away.
I
think that does make a difference.
I know, but you're also talking about okay, say you do take those points off the board, but you're also talking about they missed the extra point and they missed 2 field goals, so that is the 7 points made up if they have the regular kicker. The regular field goal kicker got hurt, so they're using a backup. So I mean, you got to think he missed 2 field goals and he missed your extra point, so that's 7 points right there. So you can take that off the board. Maybe they don't get the touchdown. Maybe they do get the touchdown. That's if, ands, and buts. But, to me, I think Stillwater goes up by 2 touchdowns, and they kind of let them back in the game. Hey, let's buckle down and play some defense and don't get them back in the game. But like you said, you can't throw 3 picks in the red zone. Right. I mean, there's 3 times you about to go score. Well, one of them wasn't in the red zone. 2 of them was in the red zone, and the one was close to their end zone, and that's how they end up coming and taking the lead.
And also another thing, this is like kind of the last thing I'll say about it. The DBs, I think there was opportunities for Choctaw's DBs to come over with interceptions. All they had to do was get their head around. I think there's too many. There was 2 of those touchdowns, maybe.
Yeah,
one.
But you got. I mean, on that holding call, Hunt can't hold the ball, man. I mean, he's sitting there. I mean, my little cousin, man. Love him to death, but you can't hold that, man. It's 4th and 3rd and 3.
Well, you got to practice that at practice.
And but they're only getting their heads turned around, man. That's why. I mean, they're sitting there holding the guy from the get-go.
Right, because
I know.
That's why you have to practice that at practice when you feel like you're in distress. He's doing that because he feels like he's beat. But if you practice that in practice called trailing, you're going to be comfortable when it happens in a game. So what happens is he's trailing. He feels like he's going to get beat, so he grabs. So a DB coach, when at practice every day or whatever, you have to practice trailing. So that way when you get comfortable, okay, I'm trailing, all I do is pick up, find the ball, and then call it a day.
Yeah. I mean, like I said, that hurt him because, we're sitting there saying, man, they're going to get back in the game. And then they get that pass interference, on 3rd and 3, right there on their 20, and then they threw the ball. They threw the ball a couple times. They threw it on 2nd down. He kind of threw it out, and we're like, why is he throwing the ball? I mean, run the ball, run the clock out. Get the ball back to him. So Stillwater did some things to say, hey, Cha-Cha, we want to give you this game, and but they didn't take the opportunity though. But like I said, I think all those young men, Jack Smith, Latrell, QB1, Stover.
Yeah.
I think all those guys had a hell of a senior year. Gaines,
great careers, great year. Nothing to be hang your head low about.
I know everybody wants to win that state championship. Believe me, Jonah got 2, I got 1. I mean, my senior year we get beat in the first round by Dell City, a team that that we beat earlier that year, 37-17, and it just happens sometimes. It's hard to beat a team twice. Congratulations to Stillwater going undefeated. Gundy, he gets his his son, his oldest boy never got a ring. His youngest boy does get a ring, and kid's humble. I don't never ever heard the kid even talk. Right. All he did was clap.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, so it just tells you right there that team was humble. 2 teams that don't like each other, but I thought it was a clean game. Before we move on, I want to give a big shout out to Richard Owens, the first African American ref to coach in a 5A state championship game. I've known Richard for a long time. He's banked with my wife. He's coached a lot of our Little League game, and so I've got a chance. Ref a lot of our Little League games, so I've got a chance to know Richard over the years. I know he was excited talking to us 3, telling us, how excited he was. There's only been 2 other African-American men, and, I say that with pride because it opens up the doors for other men to do that kind of job, and, don't be afraid to go do it. And just to see him, I told Jessica a couple times, he called a couple, penalties or whatever. You can kind of hear the nervousness in his voice, but at the end of the day, he got it done strong. So congratulations to him and his family, man, and being recognized as the first African American ref to do a 5A state championship game. So that's big time though.
Yeah.
Let's move it to them Carl Albert Titans.
Yep. This game. I figured it was going to be a lot closer than what it was.
You might have to put the whatchamacallit up, man. My iPad died on us, folks. We haven't.
Technical difficulty.
Well, you know what? Let's take a quick break real quick while we do that.
Okay.
All right. So we'll be right back after what?
After one of our sponsors.
Keeping it 100 Oklahoma High School Sports.
Welcome back to Keep It 100 Oklahoma High School Sports, and we're going to be talking about the 5A state championship game now. Carl Albert versus McAllister. Like I said right before we went to break, this game I thought it was going to be a lot closer than what it ended up being. You heard Eric McCarty. He was actually warming up.
He was teasing you.
Yeah, they were kind of, I guess, trying to throw Carl Albert off a little bit, but it's hard to throw off a team that's done it 16, now 17 times. So. They warm up Eric McCarty. He doesn't play. I think the game is a little bit different if he does play. We all saw that guy play against Dell City, and him kind of single-handedly bring them back into, allow them to win that game. So, Carl Albert, they get it done, 49-7. Reed DeQuazy and all those guys over at Carl Albert, congratulations. On a great season and finishing off with a state championship. Reed DeQuazy is a guy that we've been rooting on since really since his high school career started. I remember he was a freshman.
Where did he start his high school career at?
Started at Choctaw.
Oh, okay.
But he was a freshman at Choctaw my senior year.
What did he do
got to know him.
Last Saturday?
He won a state championship.
Not a state champion. He won a what? A gold what?
A gold ball.
Because I know I put that out. So who's gonna claim your gold ball? And Reed said, "I'm gonna claim it."
I'll take it.
I take it.
But yeah, played with him my senior year. I knew that kid was going to be talented the second that I met him. Just super athletic. Good kid too, humble.
Yes, sir.
Nice guy. You know.
Hey, say that one more time, Big E.
He's a humble and nice guy.
Say it loud and proud.
I've already said it 2 times, man.
Huh? Where you going?
Yeah. I mean, humble. Humble
he's
pie.
humble.
He driving somewhere. Where we going?
I'm driving. I'm driving the bus.
All right, where we going?
Humble. What does humble get you? Get you a lot of places in this world, right? Because, I mean, if you got that cockiness attitude and you walk around like you better than everybody else, the man will knock you back down. And I'll tell you right now, Reed was knocked down, right?
Right.
And he got back up, right?
Right.
Came back game 7, right?
Right.
And what did he do?
Want to go ball.
Yeah, but
he's humble, baby.
Right.
Humble.
But congratulations to Carl Labber, and also congratulations to McAllister on a great season.
Yes, sir.
You know,
they did Oklahoma drill too before the championship game.
Before the championship
game,
they also lifted. They were lifting that morning before the championship game.
He probably should have saved some of that because
why were they lifting before the game?
That's what they do over there in McAllister.
Coach Mays. Was that Coach Hill? What's his name?
Coach Mays.
Hey, Coach Mays, man, I know you look good. You got that little faux hawk going on, baby. You look good. Good season. I know you're gonna catch the show. But I just tell you, man, I mean, they was kind of outnumbered, man, with Eric going down. I know Blaze Ball,
Chaz Bradley. I mean, I think that
Chaz Bradley, good. Man, I like his pops, man. He be getting his boy out there. And I just tell you, man, you know, me and Richie been talking daily, man, and I just tell you, man, one of the biggest things that hurts these high school kids is what? The transfer portal.
Yeah.
Because it takes away, man. I mean, why? I can go get me a baby. I can go get me somebody out of that pool. You got to get him out of that pool.
Played 20-something games.
Already played 20-something games. And this high school kid, I still got to put some meat on him. Right. A little bit of meat on him, like Dion would say. I'm coming. When I come back, you better be ready because some of y'all ain't going to be here.
Right.
And that's what's happening to some of these kids. Because like a young man like Reed DeQuazy, I think he is good as Eric. I'm going to keep it 100. People can be like, what you talking? Man,
I think he's better on defense than he's offense.
Oh, Reed is man. I've been balling out, showing out.
Hurt him?
No, because Jonah, he's an athlete. You can't go buy 6'2".
Where's he going?
I don't know yet. I don't know, man. That's what his dad's worried about. But Coach Don, do your job, baby. Bo Bradshaw, do your job over there and get that man recruited. Because he got game. I mean, the kid got game. But, I mean, think about it, though. Look at their running back, X-Rob. He's balling out every game. I mean, the kid had 22 carries, 180 yards, caught a TD pass, threw a TD pass. He did everything. You know, he only really got one off, and that's Iowa State. I'm just telling you.
You think because it's Carl Albert, 5 minutes?
X-Rob. Are you talking about X-Rob?
Yeah, X-Rob.
He's got another year, I think.
I understand that, but I'm saying Big E, man.
He's only a junior?
Just a junior.
He's just a junior. He'll be a senior next year.
No, but I'm saying, though, Big E, even your junior years when you start getting a lot of those offers, though, and when Iowa State came in.
Watch this offseason.
Yeah,
okay.
He'll blow up. You know, a lot of those offers, they'll come in the offseason because now – college coaches are able to go to schools. They can come by and see them. Then go in home. They can go to school and everything.
But you know what, Big E? I mean, you talk about that, but a lot of college coaches don't come by no more because you go to that this transfer. But these kids love this transfer.
I see college coaches on the road all the time. I follow the whole OU coaching staff. They're in a different state at multiple different schools.
I mean, they might be going out hitting some of them top 5 guys in Power 5. I mean, them 5-star guys. But I'm saying you can go get a kid out of there that's in the trend because somebody's gonna go get Trace Ford.
Plus, Coach
Coach
Venables was at the 5A state,
and he was there for 3 minutes and he left. Big E. So what did he watch? Kickoff, the national anthem.
Just to say he was there. Yeah. But you talk about this portal, but you got to think that these teams it's like a swap. So just say like OU had 10, 15 players that they went on the portal.
Yeah,
just give or take.
And then plus like
OU. So you're basically going to grab 10 or 15 back. So you still have your scholarships that you got, 13
No, you're right. But I'm saying, but you can also dig deep and say, I'm not going to get this high school scholarship. I can go get this quarterback right here. I can go get this running back right here. I ain't got to worry about this.
I don't think they do it like that. I think it's just a swap. Like,
but you can use that scholarship to go get a kid out of the transfer portal, though.
And as far as OU
that's
goes,
like if you need something like high demand, like a quarterback. I see that, but.
I mean, you get a line. I mean, there's some good kids. So you don't think nobody's gonna pick up? I mean, that first day that the Goodlow kid went in there, man. I mean, he had 10 schools already hit him up.
But
I mean, some of them was smaller schools. I mean, kind of the same as Tulsa, but he had OSU wants him bad. So I mean, OSU wanted him bad. So I don't know where he'll go. I mean, but I'm just saying, I know OSU wanted his kid bad. So, I mean, that just kind of.
I have to talk to his dad. I go to church with his dad. I have to talk to him. See where you're going to end up. His name's Dwayne.
You talking about? Okay. I mean, ask him. Say, hey. I'm just saying. I mean, he's gonna. I mean, the kid got. I mean, he still had 1 more year at Tulsa, and he was an All-American for Tulsa. So, I mean, somebody's gonna get him. But I'm just saying, the transfer portal has hurt a lot of high school kids.
I don't think it does.
I really don't. It's not as much as what people
like
might
I said,
think. But
you got 10 scholarships that are leaving. You can replace those 10 scholarships with the portal, but you still keep your freshmen, 13 to 23 scholarships that you need, because you only can have 55, 50. How many can you have?
Yeah, I think it's around there.
About 55.
Right. So if 10 leaves that are already been there, you just go get 10 more and then keep your regular scholarships.
And then plus, like, as long as far as OU goes, they already have like 22, 23 high schoolers committed to their class.
Right.
And they're trying to put 4 or 5 more on there before signing day. They're trying to flip Peyton Bowen, trying to flip David Hicks.
Right.
And they're this guy that's they're hosting a guy named Dave McCullough, who's committed to Cincinnati right now.
What position he play?
Safety. He's a defensive back. So
all these, where he going?
I don't know. He just picked up an offer from Abilene Christian, so he might end up going there. He'll probably pick up a couple more of those kind of smaller,
somewhere Texas,
Yeah, so like Houston, maybe something like that.
UCO.
But
you be hating on people.
No, I'm just saying UCO. I think he'll go to.
He already has a D1 offer.
Why would you?
Why would he go to the UCO? He already has a D1 offer.
Abilene Christian's about the same thing. I mean, UCO got this nice facility. I mean, it's right down the street. Why would I go to Abilene Christian?
Why would you go to UCO?
Why would you go to Abilene Christian?
You don't know what
money.
you're talking about.
Get a better facility.
Okay.
Back to what I was saying.
Let's
play it on TV.
Yeah, but
why would you go to UCO?
They got the waterfall.
Yeah, they do got a nice waterfall. Yeah. I checked it out a couple times.
But back to what I was saying about the transfer portal and everything. Just exactly like Jonah was saying. You saw 10 to 12 kids from OU, enter the portal. That opens up 10 to 12 scholarship spots that you can use to get in the portal. But I think they'll only grab like maybe 4 or 5 guys out of the portal, if that. This class that they got coming in, OU has coming in. I'm pretty excited about it. I think this is going to be like, well, you got to think this is the first class that Brent Venables' staff has recruited entirely. Right. So these are their guys. They're not using any more Lincoln's or Grinch's guys. These are their guys. I think you might see a couple of them make an impact day one. A couple of guys that I can see doing that. PJ Adebaware. He's a 5-star defensive lineman. I think he contributes day one. I think Caden Green, an offensive lineman, he can contribute day one. Right. And I think Jackson Arnold, he might, put some pressure on Dylan Gabriel. Might be able to take his spot mid-season. What about something like that?
Clemson's quarterback, DJ
Ungagale.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I think he's going to go somewhere where he knows he can start. I think,
I mean, what fits him though? I mean, K-State.
Yeah.
I mean,
something like that.
Yeah, his running style. I mean, he's so big. What fits him? You got to go somewhere that's gonna.
He'll have offers. I think he'll have offers. I mean, him being a 5-star recruit coming out of high school.
I mean, do you think he's kind of a high school bust though?
You can call it that.
I mean, he hasn't.
I don't know. I think maybe.
I think he played good when the other quarterback was there. And he kind of backed
Lawrence.
him up. And, Lawrence was there, and he kind of came in and
he had no pressure. He just come off the bench.
That's it. That's the key right there. You said it. Couldn't have said it better, Jonah. I mean, he had no pressure, so now he has all this pressure. Because why would you pack up and leave? I mean, Clemson's still a good team. Why? Because you think the other quarterback's going to start.
Right.
But the other quarterback's not very good either, though.
Yeah,
I think he's better than
DJ.
I just think DJ overthinks.
How do you know if they said DJ?
I mean, they could have, but DJ was a man for 3 years. They loved him, and he, won a national championship with him. So
I think it probably could have been one of those situations like Jonah's talking about. It's
right.
like, hey, Cade's our guy, moving on.
We're gonna move. We gave you this last year. We should have probably took you out this year, but he's our guy moving forward. That's probably what happened.
Well, we got off Carl Albert. We on the transfer portal.
No, we jumping everywhere. I mean, Carl Albert's done it so many times. There's only so much you can talk about. Yeah, they probably need to start playing other teams too, like Bixby.
Well, they played Bixby last year, and that didn't go well. So.
Well, that was a couple years ago.
I mean, they need to start venturing out to other states.
I think it's time for them to move up to 6A2.
I think they should move it. Yeah, exactly. They should move it to 6A2 too.
I don't know how one school. I don't
think it'll happen.
I mean, I've been out of school for many, many years, and and they've been either 4A or 5A.
Changing that fence line.
Yeah.
1, 2, 3. Oh, too many.
Yeah. So, congratulations to those guys and coaching staff. Coach Dunn gets his first 5A championship as a head coach. I know he's been at different schools, been at Dell City. Now he's at Colorado, back at his old school. It's good to see those guys get it. Last year he came up short in the semifinals, but he gets one this year. I know when the day we had talked to Michael McKnight, he had talked about Colorado was going to get on a run. Do I truly believe that? Probably so. Because
I think they could. I mean, you think about the weapons they got coming back. They got Trinae and Tristan coming back. They got X-Rob coming back. You saw a glimpse of, and you saw him a little bit earlier in the season when Reed was down. Cash. He's got to have this offseason to develop and, train and everything like that. I could see it happening.
Yeah. I mean, like I said, he said on his defense, he got 8 guys coming back.
Yeah. So, I mean, they're a young team.
8 out of 11?
Yeah. And he got his whole offensive line, with Sean Norman's boy. Like I said, you got Andy's boy coming back on that offensive line. I know Andy's, he's probably somewhere hiding and saying he's happy as hell his boy won a state championship, because they nothing like when your kid can put on that ring and say he's a state champion, because that means a lot, man. It means you done something as a father. You raise him the right way, but Colorado's gonna keep it rolling, man. Like I said, I love to see, like I said, love to see them and Dell City hook up in a regular season game instead of a playoff game. But I don't know if that's going to happen. But like I said, I think Colorado will be the front runner starting off at 5A. And Colorado don't panic. It's one thing about those guys. They might lose a game or two, and they don't panic, because at the beginning of the year when they lost, man, everybody threw them under the bus and said they're done. And guess what? They're coming home with number 17. So congratulations to those guys and the coaches. Reed DeQuazy, man, proud of you, young man, to come back and fight through the adversity that you went through, getting hurt and coming back and leading that team. Not only you and X-Rob and the offensive crew and the defense win the state championship. I hope somebody picks this young man up and he finds a school that fits him and his family. And I know his daddy's going to be there with his cut-off shirt and his shoe and his flip-flops. So congratulations to the DeQuazy family. Moving on to what?
4A. And wow.
My man Blaze.
We didn't see this one coming. I don't think
my man Blaze. I told Jonah.
Coming because Tony picked him. I told you.
It's the
I told
Tony
Jonah.
curse.
I called Jonah. I said, Jonah, how can you make up 40 points? How can you? And he said, man, I don't know. And guess what? Wagner said, boy, I'm going to tell you real quick. We're going to show you how you make up 40 points. I'm going to tell you that game. I don't know. I didn't get to watch all the game. I saw the field goal. I was in Kansas last week. I caught the last-minute field goal. I really thought the game was going to be a blowout. I'm telling you, when you beat them 40-0 the first time, and you
or at least beat them by 10.
Yeah.
I wouldn't think a blowout.
I mean, I didn't see it coming. Blaze got beat the first round, last year. I was like, this kid's going to get him a state championship ring. And guess what?
You jinxed him.
You going to blame me?
Yes.
Why me? I didn't play the game.
You're 0-18. Every time you picked it.
I picked Stillwater.
No, you didn't.
I picked Stillwater.
You didn't pick no Stillwater.
He did. I picked Stillwater.
We can roll back the tape. You can roll back the tape. He said, I didn't pick nobody.
I don't.
Well, I picked him offline. I picked him offline because I didn't want nobody throwing eggs at my house.
Telling story.
Blaze, though, he came up short, man. 24-21. Last second kick, from Wagner's kicker. I said last week, Wagner's gonna need Rodriguez, his big brother from Detroit Lions, to come help him. And he said, no, we don't. We just need me. And he took care of business. Wagner gets the state championship. No one's seen this coming. I know it hurts, man, when you're undefeated and you beat a team like that, and then you get beat by last second. Because even if you got to go in overtime, you still got a chance to win, but you didn't give yourself a chance to win in overtime. So congratulations to Wagner. They came out and balled out and got the job done. Blazer, he'll blaze off to New Mexico State and then do his thing in the college level, and hopefully he can win something, get him a bowl game win there. But it's nothing like winning a high school football, because it's all about being around your buddies, hanging out on a Friday night before the game, playing the PlayStation, Xbox, going to Chick-fil-A, getting lunch or dinner or whatever you get, and then hanging out after the game. So good luck to them. Cushing, I think they'll be down. They had a hell of a team, but I think they'll be down the next few years. Excuse me. But like I said, congratulations once again to Wagner. We're going to move on to what?
3A, you had, we talked about it earlier, Metro Christian versus Heritage Hall. Super high-scoring game. Heritage Hall wins at 72-56.
Heard the officiation was horrible in that game.
Then he said, what did they do? What did the ref said they had to do?
He called a touchdown on the touchback.
He said a touchdown.
Hey, OSSAA, y'all got to be You got to be doing better with these refs, man. You got to get them trained up right.
You think it was that bad? I thought the Choctaw game. You thought the Choctaw game was bad?
Well, I mean, it's not even that. I mean, last week you had the coin toss between every single halftime period. I mean,
woo!
You gotta.
Hey,
I'm a sign up to be a ref. I think I'd be a good ref.
I thought about it.
Time out. Think about it. They just passed. You ain't gotta have a degree to be a teacher. So you gonna have Pookie and Smokey in there teaching your kids now.
Yeah, I know.
You know what I'm saying? I mean, come on, man. Why? I mean, think about it.
Oh man.
Think about it. You're going to have somebody substitutes are already bad, but you're going to have somebody that says, hey, man, I think I'm going to be a teacher today. I'm going to roll up in the school and be like, I'm your teacher. You know what I'm saying? Come on, man.
Oklahoma's got to do better.
Got to do better, man. I mean,
education, we got to increase teacher pay. We got to increase.
It's called vote.
Yeah. True.
Yeah, vote.
Yeah. Vote. But I'm just telling you right now, though, I mean, it just – I don't think that the Choctaw game was that bad. I mean, I think that one call could go either way, Big E. I really do. But I don't think a lot of it was bad.
Well, I'm not singling out that call specifically. I'm saying out of the past few games, playoff games where you're supposed to have your best crews out there.
The best of the
There's
best.
still some questionable calls. There's still some things.
Well, because you got some of these refs that do two-way. I think because talking to Richard, you got some of these guys that do 2A, 1A, 2A.
The rules are different.
No, it's just the pace of a game, man.
Slower game.
Yeah, it's slower game. So if the game's going that fast, you're going to miss some calls and not get a call.
I'm not calling refs to be perfect. I mean, I know you're going to make mistakes. There's going to be those calls just like that Stillwater call. Was it or was it not a touchdown? It's a bang call. I mean, it was close. It's hard to see with the naked eye. I mean, you probably couldn't tell up until they slowed that video down.
He slowed it down.
So, so I mean, it's a bang call. I'm not saying they got to be perfect, but I think they should be held more accountable and should be getting better.
I mean, you're getting paid. You're doing a job. Yeah. You're getting paid to do a job, so do your job right. That's something I can say. Well, let's move on to what?
2A. Semifinals past week.
Semifinals past week, but hey, man.
And now you got
Jones got beat up by who?
Washington.
And Millwood.
Saw that one coming.
And Millwood beat up on
Victory Christian.
Yeah. And like I said, these two will play for the state championship.
I don't know who to pick in this one. Millwood's been playing good.
I tell you right now, Millwood's playing good. I mean, if they can use their athletic ability and run past these guys, they have a good chance to win their state championship at Millwood, which they won many. I think Washington's a really, really good team. Great coach. Great facilities out there. Great AD and Tony Reynolds. Chris Reynolds, and then principal John Hancock. Two guys that was Bombers. Now they're out there with the Washington. What are the Warriors? What are the Washington?
So. Washington Warriors.
Yeah, Washington Warriors.
That sounds right. Could be wrong.
Millwood Falcons. You know that tradition over there at Millwood, man. They still wear uniforms, so they're gonna get busy. What night is that game? Is it Friday night or Saturday night?
The 2A state championship.
Yes, sir.
Let me see.
I might try to make that. Us having that OSA pass. I mean, that media pass, man. We right there. It's
going to be the 10th, which is that a Saturday? Or is that Friday? It's at 1:00. It's a 1:00 game.
I think that's Saturday.
Saturday, probably.
Let's see.
I might go catch that game, man. I mean, I'd like to see the Millwood, and plus Washington. You'll see some of those guys in person and maybe catch an interview.
So Saturday. So Saturday.
I might go catch that game though. I don't think depends if Joey's teams make it to the championship. Woo!
I probably won't be able to make it because I'm on this. Getting close to the end of the semester, my last semester, so I'm trying to get everything wrapped up there.
Hey, do your thing, Big E. Get that.
About to graduate?
About to with my associates. Yep, I'll be done.
You can become a teacher.
Yeah.
We gonna teach.
I might have to. If I were to teach,
he go coach. Hey, Coach Jones looking for some coaches over there in Dell City.
I don't even know what I'd teach. I don't know. I wasn't a great student in high school. I didn't pay attention a whole lot.
Could you trade in your?
What are your associates for then?
Could you trade in your blue and gold and wear red and black?
Do what?
Could you trade in your blue and gold and wear red and black?
I would like to coach. I think that's something I've been thinking about. Going and coaching, trying it out, just see what happens. But
I think you should be the field goal kicker.
I don't know. What'd you say?
Why's he gotta be a field goal kicker?
Oh, he like a kicker?
He do look like a kicker.
He like a kicker.
I look like a kicker?
Yeah. No, I don't know. I think he coached receivers.
I don't know.
DBs.
I coach receivers.
Yeah, we
DBs.
get you coached up though.
I've learned a lot through my years.
You have, Big E. You've done a great job on this show, Jonah. Yeah. We're wrapping up high school football. We'll start getting into a little bit of basketball and wrestling.
Mm-hmm.
I want to give a shout out to the Carl Albert 6th grade and 8th grade girls last night beating the Dell City Eagles, Lady Eagles. I think 6th grade won 49 to something, and then 8th grade, Zoe played up at the 8th grade team. I got to give my baby some love, man. I called Jonah when I got in the car, and I said, man, she showed out. I like it because of the simple fact that she comes up play with the 8th grade, and she gets a chance to play with them, but she didn't panic. She was ready. She made great passes. She shot the ball good. So great job the coaching staff over there. When my kids are playing a sport, I'm all dialed in, but I think Carl Albert is going to make a run, not just in football, but I think they're going to make a run in lady basketball here in the next few years, man. I mean, they keep everybody together. And
that's the hard part.
I mean, it is. And, keep everybody healthy, too. That's one of the biggest things, keeping everybody healthy. But, I mean, like I said, we kicked up our AU season. We won it last week, scored over 200-something points and probably gave up 25 for the weekend. But it was good to get those girls back out on the court together. I'm all about my baby playing basketball. Shout out to my son, too. He wrestled last weekend in the Dury tournament. He lost in the finals to Oklahoma State kid, 7-4. Everybody in his bracket was D1. He's the only D2 kid. I mean, there were some other D2 kids in there, but he's the only D2 kid that came through and put on the show. Beat the Oklahoma State kid that beat him last year twice. He beat him 5-4. Came back and beat OU's #1 kid, their top recruit at 157. Beat him 10-7. So I'm just proud of my kids because as always see your kids do good stuff. Another big shout out before we get out of here is my son Deshaun. He closed on his house this Thursday night. This Thursday,
homeowner?
He's a homeowner at 21 years old. Just turned 21, and in September.
Congrats to him.
Big congrats as a dad. As a father. Just to see what your kids come through football and basketball, wrestling, tennis, all that stuff is fun. But at the end of the day, you got to get in the real life, in the real world, and he's doing big things in the real world as a young man. So congrats to him. Congrats to my daughter and Cam out there doing their thing out there in Frisco, Texas, and then my daughter Shakayla and my granddaughter Ivy. I'm proud of it. Christmas is my favorite time of the year. We're gonna spend Christmas at whose house?
Uncle Tony's.
Uncle Tony's house. We bring it over here. But like I said, thank everybody for watching. Keep it 100. We piss people off. We make people happy. But that's what this show's all about, though. We like to keep you on your toes, and we know you're tuning in because you know why. If you wasn't tuning in, we wouldn't know. You wouldn't be sending us your playbook.
Hey, it's all opinions.
It's all opinions, Nobody get upset. We just keeping it real, though, Like I say, congratulations to each young man that's fixed to go off and sign. Hope everybody go do big things. The kids that are transferred to different schools, hope you find the right school for yourself and your family. Because at the end of the day, the most important thing is what?
Family.
That degree.
The degree. Oh, I see.
Education.
Okay.
That's the most important thing.
Yep.
Football can take it for
family too.
Family is important.
Yeah, family's first.
Oh, that's important. Yeah.
But I'm just saying,
sports.
I'm talking about sports. But
Gotcha.
education is the most important thing is getting that degree because can't nobody ever take that paper from you. Nobody. But folks, we appreciate it though. We'll come back again next week and we'll talk about Washington and Millwood. We'll have a state championship in every class. We'll start getting into some basketball. It's kicking off. Then there's a couple good games tonight. Then we'll go check out the girls play. Carl Albert's girl and boys play Norfolk's class, and I think Norfolk's class knocked off Dell City boys. That's a shocker. Lenny's already been beat this year, but it's early. I mean, it happens. He lost some kids. I think Douglas is sitting over there with all their move-ins. They sit on the couch.
Oh, okay.
If we get that picture, I'm gonna send it. So we'll put that up. But good luck to Douglas, Coach. Lorenzo's brother. What's his name? Alexander.
He coaches over there.
He coaches. Coach Alexander's the head coach over there. He ain't teaching. He's just the coach over there. So
that's what I'm talking about.
he's doing this big thing. But Doug is gonna have a chance to win a state championship with all the guys he got over there. And then
the same guys that was on the couch.
Same guys was on the couch. Get us out of here.
All right. We thank you for tuning in to another episode of Keep It 100 Oklahoma High School Sports. Make sure you like, retweet,
like
comment,
it,
share, all that good stuff. And
take one of our pictures and post it for yourself and act like it's yours.
And we'll see y'all next time on Keep It 100 Oklahoma
High School Sports. See ya.
I gotta keep it 100.